This is the MMA Takes Podcast. With your host, Brian Petrie.
Don't even have the mic in front of me because I'm too busy doing fucking shadow boxing. What's up with the what's up? Y'all thought the fucking podcast wasn't done or what wasn't happening. Y'all thought, I don't know what's saying that. Anyway, listen, yeah, we're here early. Sorry about last week. Birthday last week. Happy birthday to me. I'm 36. Thank you very much. My beautiful wife had a lot planned for me. I had a horrible migraine. Friday, she twisted her knee. I ran out of time. I should have done it early. Now, this is something that I've been thinking about for a while. I used to do the recap show on Monday, which is today, or sometimes Sunday, put it out Monday. Since now that I'm doing the Wednesday takes, I think that I'm not going to do the recap show Monday. And the biggest thing I've gotten from the wonderful listeners, everyone who supports me, was put the pick'em out early, right? And I used to kind of laugh at people who would put the pick'em out Saturday after the event or whatever, because it takes time to look at these stuff. But I was like, listen, I make most of these picks on Anakin Florian. I just wrapped up Anakin Florian 5 minutes ago, hopped right on here doing this. So I'm making these picks early. I'm doing the research early. Things might change, sure. But I got the slime ball, got my locks, got everything locked down. So it's a big card this weekend in San Diego. So the new thing is, the new me is I hate putting out a pick'em on Thursday or Friday because it only gives you a day and a half or whatever to listen to it or watch it, whatever you guys do, however you ingest this beautiful program we got here. So I'm going to put it out on Monday or Tuesday or whatever. Obviously I can't promise anything, but Monday or Tuesday, I want to get out Monday. And then if not, I'm going to get out Tuesday. And then you have the whole week to be able to watch it or listen to it, however you ingest it. Okay. You don't have to rush and get it in or whatever. I'm going to put it out early. And then obviously Wednesday takes coming out Wednesday, everything that's different. Non-gambling. This could be my gambling shit. That it is what it is. I love doing this. And I haven't missed a pick'em in a long time. Every time I knew I was going to miss one, whether it be a birth of a child or whatever, I've had people fill in for me. And last week just got out of hand, I lost control of it. And, that's no one to blame but myself. Should have done it early, but that's going to be the new thing. So pick'ems earlier in the week because I'm doing the research anyway. But we got San Diego, right? Small recap last week, lost the slime ball. Went 7-3 on my picks, 1-3 on my locks. I hit my send them home. Again, 7-3 on my picks, okay, but I missed the big bet. I only had 2 bets. I didn't have, again, last week was nuts. I didn't have enough time to drive down to Indiana. Ohio, get your shit together, man. I know January 1st is the universal launch date, and it's, 4 months away, but god damn, dude, 5 months away, really. Well, yeah, whatever. But like Massachusetts, they just passed theirs. They're going to be up and running before fucking football season. They took a month. You're taking a year? Fuck you, Ohio. Come on, man. I'm tired of driving to Indiana. Anyway, made the slime ball into Sam Alvey. I had a fucking wild hair up my ass that Alvey's motivated. That Olasechek cutting the 185 for the first time. Alvey's going to catch him with something. He's ultra aggressive. Nope. He absolutely butchered Alvey. That's like 8 in a row for Alvey. Probably done in the UFC. It sucked. All 6 of his kids were there. I deleted a tweet, which I rarely do. I was a little mean. I said, hopefully bare knuckle pays well. Shouldn't have done that. Sam Alvey seems like a great guy. Been in this sport forever. He's got like 50 something fights. Shouldn't have twerked at him like that. But apparently he broke his jaw. I mean, he got cracked up. Ain't no way about it. Got cracked up. All right. So San Diego, decent little card. Main event is absolute fire. Just got done talking this over with Anakin and Florian over there with the boys. And again, if you see this is a little different. I'm trying to add some more. Listen, I'm trying to grow on YouTube. I'm trying to grow as a content creator or whatever you want to call me. I'm adding graphics and whatnot. People have given me good advice when I make a slime ball graphic. They're like, hey, put their names on it or put their, all great stuff. All the feedback you guys give me, I love. So I'm trying my best here to kind of get this. So it might be a little herky-jerky with me clicking my mouse and stuff, but I want some visuals for you guys. Give me some visuals of who's fighting. First fight of the night. Adriana Lipsky, minus 190 versus Priscilla Cajuella. How do you not say her name like that? Priscilla Cajuella, My boys over at the Dog, I don't know them personally, but I do enjoy their podcast over at Dog or Pass. I believe Paul Shaughnessy calls her Catch a Beating, which is very funny because most fights she catches a beating. She gets smacked around a little bit. Kicking it off, this was supposed to happen this past week. Something happened. Someone missed weight. Lipsky missed weight. They got pushed, medical clear, something like that. Now they're going to California, and there's another fight, Josh Quinlan, the next fight. They moved out to California as well. So this fight card had 11 fights. Now it's got 13. We'll see if these fights happen. Back-to-back weight cuts like that is got to be tough for these ladies. But Adriana Lipsky, little cutie patootie, and Priscilla Cajuella, she has her own, people that probably like her. I'm not going to talk any mean about her. I love the blue stripe in her hair, but she's fucking durable. She's tough. She gets in there. She's not the most world-class fighter in the world, but she's tough. And you got, Adriana Lipsky, who's looked good, pulling out a great knee bar, and then she looks pedestrian. Pulled out a great knee bar and looks pedestrian. And then you got Cajuella, who is coming off some decent wins, but over who, right? Luna Carolina dropped the decision, and then she beat Shannon Dobson, uppercut, knocked her out. Beautiful uppercut. Knocked out Gina Manzini in the second round after Gina Manzini just completely tanked. Then she lost to Jillian Robbins by a rear naked choke with a second fucking left. And then Junior Kim, she had a nice little decision win there. So you're giving me plus money on a female fight. You guys know your boy struggles with the lady fights, especially this fight that I would consider mid-level. Wouldn't say low-level, but both these females probably aren't going to fight for a title anytime soon. I've seen both these females fight a lot. I think Adriana Lipsky's better on the ground. I think Priscilla Cajuella is better on the feet. That's just about as easy as it gets, right? I'm done. Show's over. Just broke that down beautifully. But I think Cajuella is just going to have that edge and toughness over Lipsky. I don't like the double weight cut. If she missed weight last week, there's something going on. I don't know if this fight's going to happen. But give me, I think I messed this up. Yeah, I see that dub right there, babe. Give me the W on Cajuella. I'm going to go dog here. I'm going to go dog shot on Cajuella. Start off the night. I like starting the night off with dogs. Usually doesn't work out. Sometimes it works out. Sometimes it doesn't. But give me Cajuella. So I like saying her name. I'm mispronouncing her name. I realize that. But give me her. I like her at that dog money. All right, next up, we got Jason Witt versus Josh Quinlan. Jason Witt plus 190, Josh Quinlan minus 240. So this got moved because my boy Quinlan, the beautiful flowing hair, had a little bit of metabolite in his system. Take that with you will. This is the second time he's popped before he even got in the UFC. He was a Contender Series guy, fought in the Contender Series, looked pretty good. Everyone that trains with him says this kid's the real deal, but is he on the steroids? What is going on with your body? Then you got Jason Witt, who, good wrestler, likes to get in the wars, likes to throw down. Chin hasn't really always held up for him. Did he win his last time out or did he get slept? Either he gets sleeped early. Yeah, so Philip Rowe knocked him out of the second round. Wasn't early, but before that, Brian Barberena fight was an absolute fucking dog fight. Before that, Selinsberg got him 16 seconds. Sato got him in under a minute. And Josh Quinlan's coming in, making his UFC debut. 29 years old, coming out of I think he's Extreme Couture. It is what it is. But Logan Urban, his knockout on the Contender Series got overturned for steroids. Jason Witt still popped for steroids, and then now we're moving to California, where I guess California is like, you know what? If it's a couple picograms, like a John Jones, we'll let him go. Scientists say the shit takes a lot of time to get out of your system. I don't know. I've never done steroids. Even though it fucking looks like it. I think Quinlan wins here. I think he cruises. I'm actually very confident in this pick. This was almost my mortal lock. I know he's a little high at minus 240. This is going to be a SLIMEBALL candidate at number one. I just think he's better everywhere. I think he's going to be able to control the grappling. I think physically he's going to be good. Athletically, he's better. And he obviously has big power. He's got knockouts. He's got submissions. He's a really well-rounded fighter. Jason Witt coming from the James Krause camp. He's going to come with a good game plan. He's going to mix it up. He's going to try to wrestle, try to wear out Quinlan. If Quinlan is indefinitely off the steroids, then we should see a big downtick in his cardio. If he completely gasses, that's going to be bad. As a fighter coming off steroids, I don't know if he denied it, if he said it was dick pills or what, but that's something you got to look at right here. And obviously I want to check weigh-ins and everything like that. Make sure this fight goes down. I might have to switch out whatever, but I like Quinlan here, minus 240. Again, fairly confident in it. But I do like Josh Quinlan in this fight over old Jason Witt. All right, next up, Zuzi Salah. Let me find out where you are. There you are, my guy. Zuzi Salah versus Damon Blackshear. I love a good apostrophe in your name. I wish my name was Bry apostrophe and. That would be fucking dope. I get way more chicks. I know I'm married, happily married, but if my name was Brian, if I had a cooler name, I feel like if my name was like Chase or something growing up, Chase was like a cool name. Like, I know a kid growing up, a guy I work with, his son's name's Cash. His name's Chase, but they call him Cash. My name was Cash. Forget it. It's over. Anyway, we got a good scrap here. This fight was, it kind of put together late. I feel like, Zuzi Salah started his career 3-0. Now he's 0-3, but he's fighting some good competition. Sean Woodson, very close fight. Suwon Chu, probably should have won that fight if you're going to be an elite guy. And then obviously Topuria, which he took to a decision, got beat up a little bit in that fight. Damon Blackshear fought for Bellator one time, 27 years old, coming out of North Carolina on a 4-fight win streak. He's lost to Danny Sabatello, that loudmouth over in Bellator everyone loves. That kid's just a wrestling machine. He's going to take you down. I don't even know if he's lost one fight, I guess, Sabatino. Lost to Pat Sabatini. Losing to a lot of Italian guys, Blackshear here. And then Chris Motino, which is a decision loss, which I watched that fight and was just not a great performance by Blackshear here. Back in 2018, looks like he's rebounded well. He's good on the ground. He's going to take this fight to the ground here against Salah. Salah, obviously, before he came to the UFC, was a fancy striker, liked to stay on the feet. This line is changed. I got these obviously early in the week. I believe Blackshear is a slight under now, plus 100. This is tough. This is the only fight I don't have written down, so I'm going to break it down now. So obviously, Salah has the striking advantage, and it's not like Blackshear's a fish out of water on the feet. There you go. Found it with this big fucking brain of mine. But, he struggles on the feet, I think, compared to Salah. But Salah doesn't really pack much power. He does flashy stuff, has a good jumping knee. But other than that, I don't really see him being that big of a power threat. I think, his takedown offense is a little pedestrian. I think he has shown in the past where if he gets frustrated on the feet, he likes to take people down, even though he likes to be a striker. I'm going to go with UFC experience here. I'm going to go Salah. I think Blackshear is a good dog pick because he is currently at dog money at plus 100. I had him at pick'em odds. I think he is a good dog shot here because he is good on the ground and Salah has been exposed. But I think Salah training hard. I haven't seen him in a while. Very close fight with Sean Woodson, who's an awkward, tall. He's like 6'8" for the weight class. And, he's tough to look good against. And Salah looked, arguably could have won that fight. And then obviously Topuria, who was a stud, he went 3 with Topuria and didn't put him out. So you can hang your hat on that as well. I just think he's a little more dynamic. And I think if he can stop the takedowns and really just get off his back as opposed to playing guard, try a couple shit and you're up, babe. Try a couple, you're up, babe. I don't like this playing the guard shit. If you're not a killer in the guard, just don't play it. If you're not a Moreno Silva who fucking took Yaeger's arm home, who's now tied Ronda Rousey with most arm bars in the UFC, female wise, get off your fucking back, okay? And I think Salah sometimes maybe wants to play the guard a little bit. Don't do that. You gotta get up. So I'm gonna go Salah. I don't even have it written down yet. I gotta make that for my record. Again, no props. I might add a prop show on Friday. I love talking to you guys. That will be a live show. And we'll talk about my picks. You can tell me how shitty my picks are. We can go over props and stuff because last year my prop record was absolute dog shit. So this year I've been really trying to get better at that. And I've hit some 14-1. Well, for one 14-1. I'm whoa, let me back it up. 14-1. But I have hit a couple 6-1s, 8-1s. Props are where they're at. And DraftKings just offers a slew of awesome bets. So maybe if I have time on a Friday night, pop on live, half hour. We'll talk. We'll chat them up. We'll have fun. I know a lot of my listeners are probably out there Friday night drinking beer, hitting on chicks, or if you're a girl trying to get some dick, that's what you do. And I respect that. But if you're at home, loser like me, pop on. We'll talk some fights. All right, next up, we got Angela Hill. Where you at, Angela Hill? Angela Hill, one of my favorite fighters. Plus 240 versus Lupe Ganez, minus 340. This line's moved. Obviously, I checked it today. I checked all my lines. All these lines have pretty much stayed the same. This one has moved. Ganez even a more favorite here. Man, I wish Angela Hill, who's very funny, her podcast is great with her husband. She's a fantastic fighter. I think she's beautiful. I think she's hot. She's beautiful, hot, sexy, whatever. She's on a 3-fight skit, right? And she fought Vina Jandiroba last time out, where Jandiroba clearly had the ability to take her down and hold her down. But Angela Hill showed a lot of gusto off her back, should I say, right? She looked good off her back. She threw up arms, she threw up legs, she's trying to get up. It was definitely urgency. That's something in her game that she's constantly had to work on. However, Jandiroba was just a fucking stud on the ground. I mean, the world-class BJJ. Her wrestling's getting better. And, before that, Amanda Loma split decision, and then Tisha Torres, which Lowe's fights are very, very close, and they're high level. Lupi Ganez coming to the UFC. I've backed her all the way. Lupita, cool nickname on Lupi. Luna Carolina fight bit me in the ass a little bit. Again, this is another MMA, women's MMA, where I went really heavy on Ganez, and she was just undersized. Carolina, big, strong hips, couldn't get her down. Lupi is small for this division. Then she came back in Luma Lukabumi, which is just a fucking dope name. And then Arielina Corlisi, who is a jack bricked up female. She handled her well. So I think Lupi is strong. I think she's getting stronger. I think Angela has the advantage on the feet. And I think Angela has advantage on the feet for sure. And I think Ganez has advantage on the ground. I think Ganez is going to be able to close the distance. Angela Hill is very dangerous on the feet. Might take away her kicks a little bit because risking a takedown and risking getting put on her back. But again, like I said before, if you're Angela Hill, you got good arm bars, you got good triangles, you're working off your back, you're constantly improving. You've been in there with some of the best in the world. 1 or 2 submissions, you're up, babe. You're up. Let's not stick on that ground and then the fight, loses. But the way they've been judging lately, Ganez has to work on the ground, right? She has to work on the ground. Angela Hill does get up. She can get up. Her takedown defense has getting better. I think she's going to get taken down here over and over again, but she will get up. I think Ganez pushes the pace. I'm going to go Ganez here. I'm going to go Ganez. I don't like the number. I don't think I'm going to bet it. Only way I bet it is Ganez by decision, because I think that's what it's going to be. Angela Hill's a dog. She's not going to get finished in there unless something crazy happens. I like Ganez here. How many submissions does Ganez has? Because that is another possibility too, even though I don't think Angela Hill will get submitted. So out of her career, she's got 1 against an 0-0 girl years ago, and then she's got an armbar in the UFC against Silvana Gomez-Juarez, who is not Angela Hill's level. So yeah, I like it by decision, even though I don't have that prop. Give me Ganez, a little chalk, baby. A little chalk never hurt anybody. Next up, we got Odie Osborne. Where you at, Odie? Odie Osborne versus Tyson M. This is going to be a fucking cracker of a fight. These boys are going to throw down. So Odie Osborne, Contender Series, came from the Contender Series, looked very smooth in the Contender Series, got kind of thrown in the UFC with some big wolves, right? All the Contender Series fought Brian Kellner, who's a fucking dog, choked him out. Brian Kellner's got one of the best chokes in the game. Yep, pop your fucking neck. Jerome Rivera, I feel like everyone's got a knockout over Jerome Rivera. Tyson Nam's got a knockout over Jerome Rivera. People knock out Jerome Rivera. Then Manel Kopp, which was a very competitive fight, he was clipping Kopp, and I think Kopp is high level, right? And he was clipping Kopp and then just got caught with a flying knee. Kopp is super explosive. And then CJ Vergara and Saruk Adashev, I'm mispronouncing his name, but he finished him. He's minus 225 against Tyson Nam, who is a durable, tough, big, powerful fucking puncher. This dude can throw. And he can take a shot too. He's hard to finish. He's been around forever. 20-12-1 is his record. Not the most impressive record, but he's been in there with some good guys. And you look at his record in the UFC, who he's fought, right? This guy has not had it easy besides Jerome Rivera. Sorry, I'm throwing shots at Jerome Rivera. It is what it is. Debuted against Sergio Pettis, world champion over in Bellator. Pretty good guy. Kai Kara-France decision loss. Both decision losses and didn't get finished. Kai Kara-France just fought for the title. He has a win over Akshev. He has a win over Jerome Rivera. Both wins that Odie Osborne has. And a split decision over Matt Schnell was a very competitive fight. He hung in the pocket with Schnell. Felt like there's some things he can do there. Odie's going to have the reach. He's going to have the more technical boxing. I think Tyson Nam's going to have the power. Odie has been slept only once before, but his striking is good. It is good, boys. But when you're giving me plus 180 of a power guy, I'm good to go.
Okay, this is dog.
Okay, this is dog shot. I'm taking dog shot. Plus 180, almost 2-1 on your money. You're looking at a right hand. You're looking at a left hook. If not, bail. Hit the ejection button. You're out of there, right? Hedge on Odie, because I think Odie is cleaner everywhere, but he's got a hunch. His Midwest gut of mine just screaming at me. Tyson Nam's got some power. He's been in there with some good guys. He hasn't been finished with, Sergio Pettis, a good striker. He hasn't been finished with Kai Kara-France. He hasn't been finished in the UFC. Drop close decisions. Maybe play Odie by decision. That could be an interesting number. But I like the dog here in Tyson Nam. I think he's got power. I think he's a little underrated. Sometimes, though, he has a tendency to be a punching bag because he can't take a shot. And I feel like he might be a little slower than Odie. Odie's going to be a little more athletic and a little more versatile. But right hand, man, that right hand. The one punch knockout. We got a punch and a prayer, babe. A punch and a prayer. Give me that dog shot there. Hello, this is Dog. All right, next up we have Gabriel Benitez. Where are you at, Benitez? Again, I got to clean this up, boys. I apologize. That was dead air. I should edit it out. I'm not. I need to get a switcher. I had a switcher, sold it, didn't need it. Well, guess what? I need it now. Anyway, Gabriel Benitez, Mowgli, minus 345 versus Charlie Alta, he doesn't belong in the UFC. This is not even a debate here. This is my mortal lock. This is mortal lock. This is Gabriel Benitez all the way here. I think Mowgli has had a tough go in the UFC. He's fought some really good competition. Everyone keeps talking about how powerful his kicks are, but how durable he is. And he is. He's fought some really good guys, and he's looked good until he hasn't looked good. And he got Charlie Oliveira, who's took a fight on short notice, against Kevin Holland, right? Is that who he got? Yeah, Kevin Holland got stomped out. I don't know how this guy made it into the UFC. So let's look at his wins. Excuse me here. So he's 0-2 in the UFC, both by stoppages. Steve Garcia, who did not look good in his last fight, stopped this guy. Verbal submission, like he got slammed on his neck or something by Kevin Holland. That was at 170, though. You're going to 55. That's fine. Or was that 185? Is this Gabe? Gabe's not going to 70, is he? Yeah, 155. Okay. Wellington Lutz, 6-4. He knocked him out in round one. Looked up Wellington Lutz. Don't bother. Not worth looking him up. Derek Agley, 3-5. He KO'd him, right? These are his last wins before he got the short notice fight. Witt Morris knocked him out in Fury. He has a win over Clovis Hancock, which is one of the coolest names ever. There needs to be more Clovises. 2-2, knocked him out with a body kick. He has a win over Fabio Trinidad, 5-2. Okay, Fabio, Trinidad, whatever his name is. What have you done since? 5-5, not even a 500 or 500 fighter. Chris Lopez, 5-5 to split decision win. 9-2. That's a good win, Charlie. Got knocked out by Michael Page. Has a win over Bilal Williams, 3-1. What are you doing lately, Bilal? 9-7. Not great. Knocked out by Jeff Neal. Rashida Dalton, rib injury. And then, he's got wins because like illegal stomps and shit. Like the Fabio Trinidad fight where the guy is 5-5. He won because of illegal stomps. Like this guy, I'm putting all my eggs in the gay basket because I think this guy stinks. I don't think he's very good. I think Charlie took the fight on short notice. He's been stopped twice by a guy, and Kevin Holland's an absolute stud who dwarfed him. I get that, but the Steve Garcia stop. This guy's got some weird stuff on his record. He hasn't really beaten anybody. I know he's a striker. He goes out there, kill or be killed, but I think he's going to take a shot to these fucking ribs from Mowgli here and go down. I'd be shocked if he wins this fight. I'm going Mowgli. I'm all in. Slimeball candidate number 2. I know he's chalky. But listen, Yanni the Greek gave me some great advice. If you're all in on a guy that you would bet at minus 10,000 or whatever it is, minus 10,000 or 1,000, 10,000 is ridiculous. Minus 1,000, you're that confident in him, then you're getting him a steal at minus 345. I do think this line's going to go up. I'm all over Mowgli here. It's early. Get on early. And if I could bet Ohio, I would hop on this early, but fuck it. All right, so Mortal Lock up next. Big boys. Bresky versus Booty. Where are you at? There it is. Big boys here. Bresky minus or plus 210 versus minus 250. Bresky coming off the Contender Series. Got popped for something, right? Got popped from some kind of shit. Overturned. Booty. Contender Series debut in the UFC, looked pretty good. He jumps on you early. Don't have a strong read on this fight. It's a heavyweight fight. Both guys are 6'4", similar records, similar paths to the UFC. Don't like the steroid pop, even though I'm contradicting myself because I picked a guy who popped for steroids in Quinlan before, but this is kind of a different thing. Heavyweight fights scare me off, right? They're tough. But Bude is a guy, and I'm mispronouncing his name. It's Bude or Bude? Budai? I should probably look it up. I haven't looked up recent fight footage of him, so I do not know how to pronounce it. Should holler at my boy John Anik. Anyway, give me Booty, give me Booty. I just think he's obviously got a little bit more UFC experience. He's actually been in there, not in the Contender Series, hasn't popped for steroids. Look at his body. If someone was giving him steroids, they should get their money back. He should get his money back, I should say. And Bresky, again, he uses his length pretty well. He's good everywhere, but I just think Booty is going to jump on him early. He's good in the clinch. And I think he's just going to kind of maybe dictate this fight. I don't know if it's going to be a finish. I have nothing written down here. Probably a decision. Maybe I'll have a better read later on in the week here. But give me Budde, however you pronounce his name. Couldn't spend too much time in that fight because honestly, I just don't know. In this next fight, I really don't know. I don't even know how to pronounce their names. I couldn't even find pictures of these girls. So we got Yasmin Yagurio. She's from Mexico. I have no idea. I took Spanish 1 twice. And then again, she got Lasmin Lucindo. So Yasmin with the Y is plus to minus 210, and Lasmin with an L is plus 180. I did not look up tape on these girls because it's early in the week. I apologize. We got one girl that's undefeated from Mexico. We got another girl 13-4 from Brazil. You know how I feel about those Brazil records. This is just going to be a phone-in pick. I'm sorry. Phone this one in. Give me the favorite. Give me Yasmin with the Y. Undefeated from Mexico. I like Mexico's MMA scene right now. She's probably training with Alexa Grasso. She's probably making some improvements. Again, no tape study whatsoever. I apologize for that. But the rest of the fights I have. Let's move on. So you got Nina Nunes versus Cynthia Calvillo. Nina Nunes plus 135, Cynthia Calvillo minus 155. So, Calvillo feels unmotivated. Feels like she doesn't want to be there. Quit on the stool in the Andrea Lee fight. And I just don't know if she wants to be there anymore. She's 35 years old. I don't think the ceiling's a title anymore at 125. Maybe she's kind of a name. People like her. It could happen. I don't see it. And Nina Nunes switched camps with her wife. And, her wife looks amazing. I think Nunes is going to look amazing as well. This fight did get canceled a while ago. I was on Nunes. And I'm back on Nunes. I like her as a dog shot here. Hello?
Okay, this is
dog shot. John Anik made a great point, or was it Kenny? I don't know. See the episode for yourself. The traveling with Amanda and being with the kid and being in Dallas and being away from training camp when you have a fight after calling off sick, that could be detrimental 100%. But I just think Nina, besides the wrestling, kind of has it everywhere here. I think she's going to be better on the feet. I think she's going to stop the takedowns. And if you get a motivated Calvillo, I think this could be a really competitive fight. And I think it will be a competitive fight. It could be a downright dog walk if you get a motivated Cynthia Calvillo. I just haven't seen it yet. And I'm going to take what I've seen, and I'm going to go dog shot here. I'm going to go Nina Nunes, and not only is that dog shot, it's my dog lock. I've studied this fight. I looked at the odds and ends and the stats. No, I really haven't. I have watched tape on the fights, and Nina had a great fight. Won a bunch of fights before. Dropped it. Well, didn't she lose to Marina Rodriguez, right? Tatiana Suarez. Excuse me. I knew it was a beast. So lost 1-4 in a row. Lost to Tatiana Suarez. Had a kid. Came back. Lost to Mackenzie Dern by armbar. Hasn't fought since. Needs to get that ring time. Needs to get that cage time. Calvillo, very unmotivated. Hasn't looked great. But they're both very good fighters. I think it's going to be a competitive fight. When you get a competitive fight there, you go 50-50. You throw a coin. You go dog shot. You throw the dog at him, right? Again, I'm ice cold, right? 100% I'm ice cold. So maybe go Calvillo here. I don't want you to listen to me. I want to be right. Trust me. But I want you guys, if you're watching me, to win money. I'm ice cold on top of the fact that I can't pick a women's fight to save my fucking life. So with all that being said, maybe go Calvillo, but I'm taking a dog shot, dog lock, Nina Nunes. I love the way Amanda looked at last camp, and I got to feel like that's going to rub off on Nunes. Not saying that Nina is the fighter that Amanda is, right? But with that same camp, the new coach, everything like that, I just like the prospect of that being there. All right, next up, Devin Clark, Brown Bear, plus 140 versus Asmat Murzakanov, minus 165. Every single one of you on MMA Twitter fucking love Murzakanov. They love this guy. He knocked out Andre Muniz in the regional scene. He knocked the guy in the Contender Series. This guy's got good hands. He's got good sambo. Yes, he won his debut, but it was a Hail Mary knee because he was losing. He faded. He looked bad. I had him in a parlay. I won that parlay. Thank you, Murzakanov. But he didn't look great. Now, UFC jitters, sure, a lot of things you can attribute that to, but when you get in there with a guy like Devin Clark, with his dad in the corner hollering, let's go, big boy, let's go. His dad is a G, and Devin Clark is, brown bear for a reason. He's an awkward guy to fight. He's strong. He's athletic. His legs are bigger than his house. I mean, he's a big boy. Knocked out William Knight at heavyweight. Cardio is good. I think that's going to be the difference here. I think you're going to look at a guy that's maybe going to have a rough first round of Devin Clark, but he's going to battle back. I mean, the guy had his fucking teeth smashed, finished the fight. Murzakanov, I think, would be smart to maybe take this fight to the ground. I think his striking underwhelmed me in his debut. I think that it's there, but it underwhelmed me. I think he's going to wrestle with Devin Clark, put Devin Clark on his back foot and put him on his back. Easier said than done. And I think Devin Clark's going to want to do the same thing. Devin Clark has really good movement, athleticism off the charts. I think he needs to just mix everything up and just not stand in the pocket with this guy, wear him down, make him chase you, and then take over late in the fight. I like Devin Clark by decision here. That's another dog. Let's hear him again.
Okay, this is dog.
Yeah, this is dog again. Almost a dog shot here, but I really feel more comfortable in the Nunes prediction, even though women's MMA is not my forte. I don't know, again, contradiction myself again. But Devin Clark, absolute underrated. No, so I don't think he'll ever fight for a title. So saying underrated is a little misleading. I think he is better than on paper, and I think he's going to give this undefeated Russian a run for his money, or he's going to get his teeth broke again in the first minute. We'll find out. That's why he's not my dog lock. I don't know how confident I am in it, but I am picking the dog. I'll end up betting it probably because plus money tickets only, baby. That's a shirt. That's coming soon. Guaranteed. All right, next up, GM3 Merscott. This is Bruno Silva. Merscott plus 235. Bruno Silva minus 280. This fight gave me strong pause because every time I see Jared Merscott, I feel like he's a plus 235 underdog. And every time I want to fucking take him. Every time I want to be like, dude, GM3 is going to pull it out. He looked pretty pedestrian in his Jocko fight. Looked like he couldn't get the fight to the ground. His takedowns looked okay. He flopped to his back a lot. And then when he did get to the ground, Jocko survived. Bruno Silva, 6 out of his 7 losses come by submission. It hasn't been a while, but the guy isn't equipped on the ground. But he's got bricks attached to those fucking hands. Merscott's been knocked out before. Merscott's very interesting because he's been slapped before and then he's shown like an absolute granite chin. He better show up with a granite chin against Bruno Silva. Now, I do think this line is completely off. I'm not going to bet this straight up. I think the value is all on Merscott here because he does have that submission. He's probably one of the most prolific submission artists at 185, right? I mean, there's got to be a record out there that I don't know that he's got the most submissions at 185. And Bruno Silva obviously has lost by submissions. I'm going to go Silva, right? So I'm going to go Silva. Again, I'm not picking a side when I bet this. This is going to be either fight doesn't go to decision because I don't think that's going to happen. I think either GM3 is going to submit him or I think Silva's going to knock him out. And then if you want to play a side, I'm obviously picking Silva. So I like Silva by knockout more than I like GM3 by submission. But man, you can't go wrong playing some props in this fight. I don't think it's going to decision. And that's probably going to be a number that's going to be a nice little minus that you can throw with another prop. But this is an interesting fight here. Line's off, though. Vegas, line's a little off there. Hopefully money comes in on Merscott. And if Silva drops below 200 or right around 200, I'll take a real hard look at that. I'm not opposed to betting favorites. What the fuck are you? Who cares? I'll bet a favorite. I'll bet a favorite. All right, co-main event, and I'm so glad they made this the co-main event. David Onama minus 210, versus Nate the Train, baby, plus 180. Nate the Train was supposed to fight Lerone Murphy in Columbus. One of the reasons I bought my tickets. That was one of the first fights announced. Didn't happen. I was bummed. Nate the Train is an interesting guy. He looked great over in M1, 2-2 in the UFC. His durability is now put into question. He got knocked out by Herbert Burns, who I don't think has won a fight since. He's probably won a fight, but he's not good. Got knocked out by Julian Rosso early, both early knockouts. But he comes out and he dominates Ludwig Klein, who looked great against Mason Jones. He's an enigma. He went down to Florida. I believe he's either American Top Team or Stanford. I can't remember. I think it's Stanford or MMA Masters maybe. I can't remember. There's so many good gyms in Florida. David Onama, James Krause guy, looked amazing against Mason Jones' debut. Very competitive fight. Took that on incredibly short notice. And since then, all he's done is knock somebody out and submit him. Shown well-roundedness. My problem with Onama, right? He's 10-1. Gets hit a lot. likes to get hit, likes to stand in the pocket and exchange, right? He got hit in his last fight, hurt his eye. Obviously not too bad. He's taking this fight relatively short notice. Glad it's a co-main event spot. Both these guys need to get some shine on them. And again, I've let my bias see, and I love Nate the Train. I love this guy. Go to YouTube, type in Nate Landwehr, and there's a couple compilation videos of him. And the way this guy talks and the way he carries himself, it cracks me. It reminds me of the guys that live basically, I live in Delhi Township. There's Price Hill, which used to be very nice, and now it's not. And a lot of Nate Landwehr's live in Price Hill, and I love it. It reminds me of home. But he's a great fighter. Don't get me wrong. What he did with Darren Elkins was absolute war, but he gets hit a lot, and so does Onama. But I just don't think Nate has the power, and I think Onama does. So I'm good to go Onama here. I like this as a slime ball candidate again. I like Onama to get this done here. I think he's gonna knock him out. If he knocks him out, I think he's gonna knock him out early as well. I think that's a big stipulation. I think you can play a round one knockout by Onama and get a nice little price here. Line's probably gonna climb a little bit. Nate's got that dog in him though, right? He has shown a great chin outside the UFC. In the UFC, not so much. He can come out and put a pace and put pressure on him. And I can't say I'm gonna root for Nate because I'm gonna have Onama in my slime ball, but man, if he wins and busts my parlay up, I mean, I can't be mad at him. That's Nate the Train, baby. All right, main event. What everyone's here for, this main event fucks. This main event fucks. Cheeto, Marlon Vera, minus 210, Dom Cruz, plus 180. It's so weird, these Dom Cruz stats people are throwing at me this week. Cheeto Vera has double the fights in the UFC. And Dom's only had 9 fights in the UFC, which is just a weird thing. I know he's been injured a lot, but it feels like he's had way more than 9. I know the WC, he had a ton in there and was champion in there. Anyway, this fight's a great fight. I think it's gonna be competitive. I think this line, I think Cheeto was gonna open a little higher. I think he still might climb. Dom Cruz is since the Henry fight hasn't been getting much love. The Casey Kenny fight was a split decision. I thought he won that fight clean, and he did win. Excuse me, I thought he won the fight unanimously. Then the Pedro Munoz fight, he got dropped in the first round, came back. Both those are really solid wins, but you never know how healthy Dom is. You never know. A lot of question marks going in. I know both his feet are fucked up, both his knees, whatever. He trains incredibly hard to keep that pace. I love that this is 5 rounds. A lot of people are saying that it favors Cheeto for 5 rounds, and I tend to agree, but I also think that if Dom can keep up what he's doing for 5 rounds, it favors him because he's been in more 5-round fights. Cheeto looked amazing at Rob Font. The guy's bulletproof. He got hit over 100 times on a mark on his face, and he's so deadly accurate when he finds his range. The problem is he drops early rounds. That's why I'm glad this is 5, because if it's a 3-round fight, I think I lean Cruz. But since it's a 5-round, I lean Cheeto. And I think that it's going to come down to the movement with Cruz. Can Cheeto handle that? Sometimes he's flat-footed. Sometimes he's plodding. And if he has trouble with that, that's going to be a problem. But I think what's going to happen is he's going to have trouble in the early rounds, and then slowly chip away at Dom with his leg kicks. And then Dom's just going to slightly start moving a little bit slower, and Cheeto's going to start kind of catching his timing and trying to clinch up with him. He's deadly in the clinch and fuck him up. Dom has a lot of scar tissue. Judge is looking for damage. I think Dom's going to be bleeding by the end of this fight. Cheeto's got nasty elbows, and when he hits you, it's different, right? I mean, look at the last guys he's fought, their faces. It's different. I love that it's 5 rounds here. But Dom Cruz, what he's got to do is he's got to move, and he's got to obviously try to avoid leg kicks, which he hasn't really done all that great of a job with. Hopefully he's kind of, he obviously is going to know. He's got to have great head movement, which he always does. He's been sitting down on his punches a lot lately. He's been wanting to try to get a finish, but he's got to mix in his wrestling. His wrestling is dynamite. His scrambles are great. Doesn't have much submission. But if he really, if he really mixes up his submissions, his wrestling, this can be an interesting fight. Really interesting. However, Cheeto's just in that pocket right now. He's just in the pocket of confidence, of just swagger. I've looked at his Instagram. I've looked at him training. He just looks to be in incredible shape and just ready to go. And this is a huge fight for him. Main event against the Bantamweight GOAT. You win this fight, you're 1 fight away from the title. Maybe even leapfrog some people. Because I know if Dom Cruz wins, I think he should leapfrog people for the title. 2 options for Dom Cruz after this fight. If he beats him, Wait for the title shot of TJ versus Aljo, right? I know he might not be next in line. I know there's other guys at 35 that deserve it, but you're fucking Dom Cruz. Get that fight. If I was UFC, I'd throw him in there right away, or get the Henry Cejudo rematch that you want without Keith Peterson being the referee. But I see Cheeto stalking him. I see this being a really competitive fight in the beginning and then eventually Cheeto taking over. I see maybe like a 10-8. I see some wild scorecards here. See it going to decision. I don't see it finish. If anyone finishes anybody, it's going to be Cheeto finishing Dom. Imagine Dom goes out there and sleeps Cheeto, who's never been knocked out. That'd be unbelievable. Love this main event. This is a 10 out of 10 main event for me. But I'm going to go Cheeto here. I'm fairly confident. Not going to put him in a parlay piece just because it's Dom Cruz. But I am going to bet this straight. I'm going to bet a couple props on this as well. And that's it. All right. So I don't think I gave you my send him home. My send him home is Bruno Silva. My dog locks, Nina Nunes. And my mortal locks, Gabriel Benitez. 0-2 in the last weeks of my or 0-3. Is it 0-3? God damn. My mortal locks are my best bets. My mortal lock, let me see. I have last three. I missed the mortal locks. I'm ice cold, right? Last three events, ice cold after having a banner week. And I'm trying to change some things up. My confidence is, my back's against the wall. My confidence is whatever. And I kind of love that. I fucking love it. But I wouldn't be lying and said if I wasn't shook a little bit. You know what I mean? I need some wins here. All right, SLIMEBALL parlay. You ready? It's not as juicy, but I am confident. There it is right there. David Onama minus 210. Gabriel Benitez minus 345. And Josh Quinlan minus 240. You get plus 159. Plus money tickets only. That's what we're doing here at the MMA Takes podcast. So that's it. That is a SLIMEBALL parlay. I will share this on Twitter and I'll share this on Instagram so you guys can have it. Yeah, so one more look there. There it is. All right, that's the show. Follow me on Twitter at Brian Petrie MMA. Follow me on Instagram, MMA Takes Podcast on Instagram. Follow me on, hit the subscribe button. March to 1K. We're at 780 something. We're like 240 away, right? Tell a friend, tell a girlfriend, tell a girlfriend's girlfriend, tell a cousin's dog that has an Instagram that has a YouTube account that, he chases balls, has way more. Let him follow me, okay? That's it. That's a show. Go check out the Andy Confornian podcast. Just recorded. I didn't get on early. I usually get on early to see the Ray Longer minute. Apparently he was on fire. Kenny and I gave out some great picks. Kenny's the man. John's the man. Woo! That's it. Rate and review. I think that's it, boys and girls. See ya.